For decades, the Chronicles of Narnia has lived in the hearts of readers, but every attempt to adapt it to the screen has struggled to capture the true magic of C.S. Lewis's vision. Now, Netflix holds the rights, Greta Gerwig is directing, and the world is asking one big question: can they finally get it right, or is Narnia doomed to repeat its past mistakes? Let's look back. In 2005, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe brought Narnia to the big screen with massive success, earning nearly $800 million at the global box office. It was praised for its faithfulness to the book, strong performances, and emotional depth. For a moment, it felt like Narnia could become the next major fantasy franchise. But things changed quickly. The sequel, Prince Caspian, released in 2008, took a darker and more action-heavy approach. While it had strong visuals and an ambitious tone, it failed to resonate the same way with audiences. It earned far less than its predecessor. Then came The Voyage of the Dawn Treader in 2010, this time produced by Fox instead of Disney. The film softened the darkness but felt rushed and lacked the narrative focus of the earlier entries. Reviews were mixed, and box office returns were modest. By the end of that year, the Narnia film series was effectively over. Behind the scenes, it was messy. Disagreements between Warner Media, Disney, and the C.S. Lewis estate slowed progress. There was no clear long-term vision. The rights eventually reverted back to the estate, and for years, nothing happened. Then, in October of 2018, Netflix announced it had acquired the rights to all 7 Narnia books. This was a huge deal. For the first time, one studio had full creative control over the entire series. Netflix planned to create films, shows, and even a connected Narnia universe. Fans were hopeful, but updates were scarce. Years passed with no major news. Then, in 2023, it finally happened. Greta Gerwig was announced as the writer and director of at least 2 Narnia films. This was a surprising choice. Gerwig had built her career on grounded, emotional stories like Lady Bird and Little Women. Then she directed Barbie, which became one of the highest-grossing films of all time, earning over $1.4 billion worldwide. Her work is bold, character-driven, and often layered with social commentary. So what would she do with Narnia? A fantasy rooted in Christian themes, mythological symbolism, and childlike wonder. Gerwig has described her take on Narnia as deeply personal and unlike anything she's done before. She reportedly grew up reading the books and sees this project as a major responsibility. According to interviews, she wants to approach the material with reverence but also creativity, aiming to make something timeless, not trendy. The first film is expected to adapt The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the most iconic and widely known of the books. While Gerwig and Netflix haven't shared specific story changes or casting details as of August 2025, production is rumored to begin in early 2026. The budget is expected to be on the scale of other Netflix fantasy productions, likely in the $100 to $150 million range. But there are challenges. Netflix is known for taking risks, but also for cutting projects that don't perform. Big fantasy adaptations like The Witcher and Shadow and Bone started strong but struggled to maintain momentum. Gerwig's Narnia must succeed, not just artistically, but commercially, to avoid the fate of so many cancelled Netflix properties. There's also the thematic weight of Lewis's work. These stories are about more than battles and magic. They explore sacrifice, forgiveness, belief, and moral courage. Past adaptations often miss that balance, either watering down the spiritual elements or becoming too heavy-handed. Gerwig will have to walk a very fine line, honoring the deeper meaning without alienating audiences unfamiliar with the source material. Still, there's reason to be hopeful. Gerwig's track record shows she understands character, emotion, and transformation, all of which are central to Narnia. Netflix has the resources, and the C.S. Lewis estate has reportedly been more directly involved this time around, ensuring the story stays true to its roots. For many, Narnia is more than a fantasy series. It's a reflection of growing up, discovering purpose, and learning how to choose good over evil. If Netflix and Gerwig can capture that heart, not just the surface spectacle, This could be the definitive version audiences have waited decades for. But if they miss, Narnia may once again fade into obscurity, lost in a sea of failed adaptations and unrealized potential. The stakes are high, the potential is massive, and the wardrobe is about to open again.